2K It's a star-packed episode with Dwayne Wade, Offset.
The whole thing is I'm the best.
Jesus and Mero.
So then you guys had a script, though. We had a script.
And we threw it over our shoulder and said, hey!
Plus, you're the star in Top Plays.
Welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV. NBA 2K is passionate about capturing the culture within the basketball community. The music, the fashion, the entire world of basketball lives within the game. So a few weeks ago, we brought together some of the biggest
Beautiful day as it usually is here in Phoenix. Such a dramatic setting here in the Arizona desert. We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys. Tonight, a celebration of the Latin culture. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. DA, take it away.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter. Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Jokic is out there with Sabonis. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Dragic. And it's Gordon in at the 3. And for Phoenix, we've got Gallinari. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's Ayton. And it's LeVert in at the small forward. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired up.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
Now, here's LeVert. Schroeder, good, and Smart gets the assist.
Well, not known as an outside shooter. He's definitely working on his three-point accuracy.
Schroeder against Dragic. Beal taking his time here. 6 on the shot clock. Takes it off the glass.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Tone setting right here early. Love that tenacity.
Now here's Schroeder. Gallinari passes to Ayton. Over Jokic, and that one's good, Ayton.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Gets the pass to Jokic. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Kevin. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Schroeder against Dragic. Schroeder outside. And there's Gallinari on the assist by Schroeder.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Schroeder against Dragic. Beal gets a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Beal's got his second bucket of the night.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Schroeder passes to LeVert. Gallinari outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Gordon against LeVert. Baseline try. And Charlotte again with the bucket. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Schroeder passes to Gallinari. Passes to LeVert. And here's Smart. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Shot clock at 6. And it's Karis LeVert with the 3.
You know, you're going to have have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Dragic. Outside, Beal on the wing, Gordon. Back to Beal. Over Smart. Offensive rebound. Sabonis lays it up off the glass.
Well, Sabonis can play there on the block. That's where he did a lot of damage in college. So him working inside, that's a good sign.
Schroeder passes to Gallinari. Back to Schroeder. Smart up top. Pass to Ayton. LeVert kicks to Smart. Shoots over Beal. Sabonis grabs the board.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss. Look at all the coaching changes that the Suns have had through the years, and some of these young players have heard a lot of voices. 7 in the last 8 years, and the team's performance has shown that kind of inconsistency with up and down seasons.
Now here's Dragic. Danilo Gallinari unable to get his last shot to go. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Suns here with a different look. Whiteside's checked in for Ayton. Tristan Thompson comes in for Gallinari. Robinson's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Smart. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Napier's checked in. Schroeder looking over the floor. Outside Hardaway. And it's keeping it alive with a new 14. Thompson with the bucket.
That's what Tristan Thompson does best, just working the glass and working the deal.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Napier. And the Hornets miss again. And all the system changes have really affected the Suns scouting department.
Really difficult to fill out a roster when you've got coaching changes and philosophies that come about, and some guys simply just don't fit. So maybe they settle in here, find the right guys to do the right things, and get themselves back into the playoffs. He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. You see that pay off.
Phoenix shooting their first free throw tonight. Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Phoenix. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Jokic. Nance comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. And it's DeLon Wright in for Beal. What's up? Free throw, good, Whiteside. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
A pass to Carter. Here's Bogdanovic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Brett, offensive versatility all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
And so Bogdanovic nails both of them.
The thing you think about with Bogdan Bogdanovic, besides his first name being in his last name, is potential. A young, raw prospect with plenty of upside.
Now, here's Whiteside. He's coming off a 16-point game against Portland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's set back by Carter.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Napier dishes to Nance. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Looking now at the numbers for Wright, how he did last season. Averaged about 8 points a game last season. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it. Right now, just not getting it done.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
A minute 20 left to play here in the first. Here's Napier. Fades away and sinks the tough shot.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Here's Ntilikina. 20 points for him last game against Portland.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
Offensive rebound. Thompson passes to Whiteside. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Oh, great ball movement there. Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Miles checked in for Tristan Thompson. And Hunter subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Anthony's checked in for Charlotte.
Whiteside's experimented a bit with his free throw shooting throughout his career, even trying jump shots from the free throw line, so still trying to find the magic recipe to be more consistent.
Right. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Pass to Anthony. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range, but he's giving it to him. He's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love, like that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know, like basketball is always in my life. That like, I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And for the Suns, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
They're looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Hornets, Bjelica is out there with Anthony. Then it's DeJuan Wright. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Carter in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Lyles after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Lyles kicks to Hunter. And the 3 off target. Hornets trail by 12. Anthony finds Wright. Charlotte moving the ball around. Bogdanovich passes to Carmelo. A shot missing, and Phoenix will come the other way. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now here's Wright. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game. He dents the rim with a two-hand slam.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
The 3 from Anthony. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Now, here's Hunter. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. They get the rebound. Whiteside. Good work defensively by Carter.
Okay, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
The Hornets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Phoenix making some changes. Andre Ayton's checked in for Whiteside. Marcus Smart comes in for Josh Okogie. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Robinson. The Hornets also changing it up. Jokic, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Bradley Beal comes in for Anthony. And it's Dragic in for Wright. Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets in a foul trouble. See the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the court. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing them.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Here's Lyles following the basket by Jokic. Here's Hunter. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now Dragic, he's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. For 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Last time these 2 teams came together was also in this building. And were able to win it for the home fans.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserve.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
Beal can't get it to go.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or 2.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now, here's Ayton. Here's Smart. From the arc. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Right side, Dragic. Pass to Jokic. Outside, Beal. Over Hunter. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
And it's good, 2 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for 8. Gallinari comes in for Trey Lyles. Levert's checked in for Hunter. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Charlotte also making some changes. Nancy's checked in for Bielitsa. Gordon comes in for Bogdanovic. And it's Napier in for Goran Dragic. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Charlotte. And it's the Suns with the ball. 17 points was their biggest margin. Smart deciding where to go with it. Thompson, high post. Sabonis is there. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That's his first foul. Beal against Hardaway. Beal with the steal. 1:49 left in the first half. Here's Nance. No good on that one. Now the Suns take it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
When Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
Amazing year last year to see Gallinari fully healthy. So valuable when he's out there on a consistent basis and he can score from anywhere on the floor.
Gallinari hits them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Out to the right wing. Now, here's Sabonis. Outside, Beal. 4 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. The Hornets have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now, here is Gallinari. Back to Smart. It's Levert on the wing. And a miss there on the triple.
I'm not sure how he finds himself. It's so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
There's 49 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Outside, Smart. Gallinari attacking. Nance with some nice D. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. It's a 13-point game.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now, here is Gallinari. Shoots a fader. That one good for two. Gallinari's got 6.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Bradley. The old saying, no rebounds, no rings. How important is it to continue to have 5 guys go to the glass in the second half?
Yeah, all five guys. Well, I think we're too worried about getting out in transition. So I think 1 through 5, including the guards, we all got to get in there and rebound.
You can't score unless you have the ball, right? Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a big-time first quarter from Hassan Whiteside. He had 8 points and 10 rebounds. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball game. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
They need to break it down. When I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded early on the board. That's a hustle stat.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Now here's Gordon. And here's Sabonis. The fader. Rebounded by Smart.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And the basket is good. 6 points for DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, Ayton just swallowing up the defender there and then completes the play.
Hornets trail by 13. Here's Dragic. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, Smart. Ayton against Jokic. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Molinari trying to get open. And there's Schroeder. That's good. The assist by Ayton.
Well, Schroeder likes to drive first, now establishing the shoot-first confidence. Love watching him rise up immediately after the catch.
Now here's Dragic. Has to Beal. Puts one up from 19, and he nails the jumper. Beal's got 15.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Well, you watch Goran Dragic play, and Brett, he's so deceptive with his movement both on and off the ball.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why, Kevin, is the change of speeds. I also add the fact that guys who can handle the ball and are crafty and are left-handed, boy, it's tough on a nightly basis to change up your mindset to guard a guy who you know is going to go left all the time as opposed to right. Trust me, in practice, I had to do that with Manu Ginobili a ton of time in San Antonio. Dragic similar. Great use of speed change.
Robinson's checked in for Phoenix. Beal the pass to Dragic. Here's Jokic. 6 to shoot. Some solid defense from Ayton. Molinari finds Schroeder. And the layup is good. He's got 10.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
A drive by Beal. And he uses the glass on the layup.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Hornets trail by 12. Knocked away. Molinari with the steal. Schroeder passes to LeVert. Outside Robinson. Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Fires at the elbow. And that's a foul called on Molinari. That is his first foul of the game. The Suns making a switch here. Hunter's checked in. And then for Charlotte, Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Sabonis. And it's Wright in for Bradley Beal. Outside Dragic. Outside Anthony. Over Hunter. And he overshot that one, missing.
And that's how you want to see defense play. Got right up in his face to bother the shot.
That's going to make any scorer uncomfortable when you get that aggressive.
And the sheer muscle of Ayton. Sometimes he's impossible to stop on the way up.
Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year combo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
2018, the first name called in the draft was one DeAndre Ayton out of Arizona. This guy is going to be around for a long time.
And the Hornets call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
A moment now to see the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Last season's performance for him averaged about 15 points a game, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does. Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Here's the pass to Whiteside. Here's Hunter. Knocks down the 3-ball. Hunter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Great pass by Whiteside, hanging in that play.
Dragic looking for an opening. Outside Anthony. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Rejected by Dragic. They recover it. Whiteside. Ayton trying to break free. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Phoenix gets called for the foul. Charlotte shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Brent, a lot of teams are paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap, overspending, and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent? Right now, I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there's still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. That's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
And trying to get it to go, even with the contact, but no good, and he'll try to pick up 2 at the free throw line coming up.
Well, Thompson's out there to throw his weight around. He did it that time.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
That one is off. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians, but as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
And he sinks the second.
Tristan Thompson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. So to do that, you can't be afraid to throw your weight around.
Now here's Napier. Here's Anthony, and he makes good on the layup. Anthony's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Hardaway dishes to Whiteside. Hardaway with a wide open look. And that one hits back iron.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Now here's Napier. Pocket 6. Here's Carter. The shot comes out. Good D by Thompson. To the middle. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Now Hardaway Jr. up over top right there, rising up.
And so Napier will bring it up for the Hornets. Down by 15. Pass to Wright. Beyond the arc. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Hardaway against Wright. Hardaway passes to Hunter. Over Anthony. Kept alive. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
For Phoenix, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Marcus Smart's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Hornets. Free throw, good, Whiteside. Hornets trail by 18.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Carter kicks to Napier. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots it. Charlotte again missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Smart passes to Thompson. Passes it to Hunter. Now here's Smart. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Hits the three-point bomb. Smart's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Napier with it. Bogdanovich wide open. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now Hardaway. Another one falls for Phoenix.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And so it's Phoenix closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. Barring a disaster, it would appear they've got this game in the bag. Right back after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Charlotte, they've got Sabonis. Bradley Beal is out there with Nathan. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Gordon in at the 4-man position. Beal scored the basket, his 8 for 13 from the floor.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Thompson outside. When people talk about players' mileage limits, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is
it? It's the amount of minutes that these players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league, that the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
Interesting. And the first one, Jokic is checked in for Bogdanovich. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. The Hornets shooting well. They're at 45%. Napier passes to Beal.
Yo.
Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, here's LeVert. Outside, Smart. Fader on the way, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And that's now 10 points for Gallinari.
Gallinari's so hard to guard from the mid-range area because of his quick first step to the hoop, but you can't play too far off him or he'll do just that, burn you with the J.
Now here's Beal. Count it, good. Beal's got 6 here in this quarter.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Here's Hardaway. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Pass to Gordon. so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Ayton comes in for Tristan Thompson. Robinson is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Smart, the bucket on the assist from Gallinari.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been off.
Now here's Beal. Inside, Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And how about Sabonis getting up there and rising up to slam down?
Right wing. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. A nice shot by LeVert.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Beal from long range. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Beal's got 15 points in just the second half. Outside, Smart. A floater. The Hornets pull it in. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Dragic the pass to Beal. And finished off by Beal.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Dragic against Smart. Gallinari down low. Here's Ayton. Doesn't go for him. And the Hornets now going the other way. Here's Gordon. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Now, here is Gallinari. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Dragic against Smart. Dragic left side. Good work defensively by Smart. Phoenix leading by 16. And the pass to Gallinari. Pass to LeVert. Fires the 3. Phoenix no good that time either.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Beal from deep three-point land. And it's the Hornets another 3.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And the Suns call time here.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just on pound in that center position.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
Well, he's got his field goal percentage in the high 50s. And that says a lot about how well he's been able to kind of exploit the gaps in the defense. His motion, his ability to find open spots on the floor, you can definitely see the difference.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Monty Williams talking with his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
And it's Schroeder missing. You know, Greg Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
And so here's Phoenix following the bucket by the Hornets. Molinari trying to get open. An offensive rebound. Here's Beal. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Beal's got 37.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Here's Hardaway. Sabonis grabs the board. Hornets trail by 9. Outside, Beal. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
How about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Now, here's Schroeder. Passes it to LeVert.
Bonfire.
Back to Hardaway.
Okay.
LeVert kicks it over to Schroeder. On the clock. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And the Hornets call time here. They're down by 7. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
It's fine. It's just like a check-in end of the day. My team, yeah. Not my team. I have a team of like 6. No.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dragic with a wide open look. Money! And now they trail
nothing
by
changed.
just 4.
With time in this
just
one
get paid
running
a
out,
little more.
Lord Dragic shows some guts.
Senior.
Taking and making the shot.
Timeout called. The Suns. They lead.
You watching
by
this?
4. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
He was down 20 going into the quarter. It's a 4-point game. Isaac's ball though. We'll have to foul. Schroeder.
4 seconds separating the shot and game blocks.
They never steal them, though.
Foul right there.
We'll see though.
So they foul intentionally.
I have not been eating like a normal schedule.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 4.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
And the Hornets call time here. They're trailing by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth.
Carolina actually ran today too.
Yep. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Beal kicks the drive. They get it again. Jokic and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
Mm-hmm. He greened the last one too. Yeah.
Oh, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Nervous? How people are going to get fired? Maybe if I was lower on the totem pole, maybe.
Brings them within 5.
And for a big man, Jokic,
yeah, I'm actually in an interview with our global VP. He wants to pick my brain for best practices and how to train new hires. Yeah, he's like my boss. He's my boss's boss's boss. She's good.
And Jokic.
Yeah. She's on like a smaller team though. She's on a team of like 10. So they're very like unique.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Shooting for Phoenix. Dennis Schroeder.
Yep.
Taking 2 shots.
No, some industries are hit worse than we are, of course.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Dragic finds Beal. Back to Dragic. Outside Gordon.
I know.
And the Hornets miss again.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Zamin, you got a mic plug in?
Tim Hardaway Jr. at the line for 2.
I see him in here, but...
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Tim Hardaway Jr. has some nights where it just looks effortless for him to get out and get 20 points. It's nice when he rebounds and passes in those games as well, showing complete game.
So the Suns win it. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Danilo, transition, big for your team. I assume that was a big focus tonight.
Yes, we want to run, and that's what we have to do every time. So that's what we did, and we played a great game.
Gallo, thanks very much. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
Probably.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and
in the chat.
This is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. $39 points from Beal. 17 for 22. But it wasn't enough.